Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the European Perspectives of the Reimagining Real Estate Sustainability Summit brought to you by CREtech. I am Gary Chimwa, the Managing Director here at CREtech. So thank you for joining us from wherever you are in the world. Last week, we had a fantastic 3-day event focused on the USA, and we set the record as the largest event focused on sustainability in real estate. And this huge turnout proved just how important this topic of sustainability and climate change has become to everyone in our industry. There was so much amazing content, such as one-to-one interviews with the leaders of some of the biggest companies in the world, such as Scott Rechler from RXR Realty, Christy Hill from PGIM, Jonathan Flaherty from Tishman Speyer, Richard Baton from JLL, and many, many more. And it was all brought together and co-chaired by our excellent hosts, Lindsay Baker and Brendan Wallace, who I would like to thank for doing such an incredible job. However, don't worry if you're not able to view some of this content. It is now available on demand, and we will be sending all registered delegates the links. So do look out for that in your emails. So what you can expect over the next 2 days is more amazing content, but this time focused on the European market and still with a very global outlook. We decided to work alongside the British Property Federation and the UK Green Building Council as our co-chairs and hosts for this event. These two organizations have been leading the way for a very long time, in terms of galvanizing the property industry around such important topics like sustainability, climate change, health and wellness. So in the first instance, I would like to say a huge thank you to their chief executives, Julie Hirigoyen and Melanie Leach, and their respective teams for doing such a fantastic job of helping us to curate the content and topics. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing the one-to-one interviews and panel discussions that they'll be chairing over the next 2 days. And on a personal level, I've always been very passionate about sustainability and ESG in general. And going back to 2015, when we first launched our very first event here in London as Future Proptech, I always recognized that Proptech and technology will be the key to unlocking the potential of the built environment to become more sustainable and to achieve carbon neutrality. Now, whilst as a company, we have always had this passion and a keen interest in sustainability, it is only in the past year where we have seen a real and tangible shift in our industry, where all the major companies are now proactively putting such a huge strategic importance on their ESG initiatives. We are now seeing more sustainability directors being hired and also being promoted at a board member level. We are seeing more companies making strong commitments to achieving net zero carbon by 2025, by 2030, by 2050, or whatever their individual goals are. And this is all great news. But more importantly, we are now seeing some major investment happening. And it feels like for the very first time, there's a real momentum and a real unity across the industry to truly lead the way and change how ESG is being viewed in the built environment. And as I was doing my initial research in order to curate the content for this event, what I found really interesting and really inspiring is that even though all our businesses and indeed the wider economy is being affected by the pandemic, it has not lessened the ambition within our sector to achieve net zero carbon within the next decade. If anything, despite the huge challenges we are all experiencing because of COVID-19, there is a lot more urgency and a lot more positivity than ever before with regards to sustainability. And of course, we can't talk about sustainability and climate change, especially within the current context, without also including the health and wellness aspects that the built environment has on all of us. Here in the West, we spend around 90% of our lives within buildings. So it's now more important than ever to also consider the human element and what sort of impact, good or bad, our buildings can have on us. So that is why we decided that a significant amount of our content should also focus on health and wellness. So, for example, one of the talks that I'm really looking forward to is the keynote that will be brought to you by Henry Majid. And the topic will be focused on mental health in our new work environment. With all of us having to work from home for 7 or even 8 months now, it's becoming a real challenge for employers to really understand how their employees are coping with some of the pressures of working at home and just being isolated from work colleagues. It's no surprise that a lot of people are feeling anxiety, stress, and even loneliness in this new environment. So it's imperative for us to understand some of these elements as we continue to adjust and become accustomed to this new way of life. And another really important topic that I am personally looking forward to is the panel discussion focused on how we can improve diversity, equality, and inclusion within the property industry. I feel that this is so important that as we all invest more time, more energy, and more money into improving our industry in terms of sustainability, we should also ensure that us, the people that work within the industry, continue to have diverse ideas from different backgrounds. Our workforces should be representatives of the communities that we serve. So I have put together a panel of industry leaders from different walks of life that have all entered the industry in different ways. I think it'll be very fascinating to hear and learn how we as an industry can continue to attract and retain talent from different backgrounds and therefore continue to improve our industry for the greater good. I'm also really looking forward to hearing from the senior leadership and CEOs of major real estate companies like British Land, Lendlease, Schroders Real Estate, Nuveen, Canary Wharf Group, AXA, and many others. And, whilst I was planning this event and inviting all these speakers to take part, what I found really refreshing and inspiring was just how keen and open these leaders are to engage and to talk very openly about some of the challenges and solutions they are facing themselves in terms of achieving their ESG goals. It is well documented now that the real estate sector contributes 40% of all global carbon emissions. And everyone that I've spoken to seems to really embrace this and recognize that in order to overcome this challenge, it will be an industry-wide effort. So a collaborative approach and mindset is needed. And you will notice that, as always, we have placed the technology solutions at the heart and center of our event, whether it's in the content or through the interactive discussions that we'll be running. At CREtech, it has always been our goal to help the industry adopt technology. So we are very pleased to be able to showcase some of these solutions to you. So, for example, we have City Zenith, who have just launched their Clean Cities, Clean Future campaign to tackle urban pollution from around the world. And they will do this by donating the company's digital twin platform, Smart World Pro, to key cities around the world. And this is a really, really amazing initiative. So we've invited their CEO, Michael Jansen, to share his vision with you all. So make sure you don't miss that one. We are also very proud to be showcasing great companies like Halcyon, Ingrain, Social Value Portal, Property Inspect, Sequentum, and Workspace. So if you want to learn about the latest technology in the market, make sure to visit them in our virtual booths and request a demo. And I'm going to end by thanking all our speakers for taking part. I believe the great leadership they are showing is exactly what is needed in our industry right now. And of course, thank you very much to all of you for attending and taking part. The reason we do our events is to help all of you to learn directly from each other and to make new business connections. And I am very confident that over the next 2 days, you will find the content highly relevant. Uh, and that's, it will not only inspire you in your role, but you will also help our industry to lead the way on sustainability and climate change. So I hope you enjoy the next 2 days, and thank you again for joining us.